More now on our top story. A Coptic Church priest from East Gwillimbury is charged in a historic sexual assault of a minor. The alleged crimes happened on two occasions between 1996 and 1999. The alleged victim was under the age of 16. Last Thursday, York officers arrested and charged 47-year-old Michelle Shafik, who also goes by the name Michael, with sexual assault and sexual interference. Police are concerned that there may be other victims. And for more on this, let's bring in CP24's crime analyst, Steve Ryan. Thank you so much, Steve, for joining us on this. Tell us more about this case.
Well, there are two charges laid, the sexual assault and the sexual interference. Sexual interference charges are laid when the victim is under the age of 16 years of age. So historical sexual assaults are difficult to investigate, especially historical sexual assaults involving young people. So joining us to talk more about this is Constable James Dixon from the York Regional Police. Constable Dixon, thank you for your time, sir. Before we get into the interview, I've just been told that this accused was not a priest at the time of these alleged assaults. Is that correct?
That is correct, Steve. We are highlighting the fact that he is now a priest as he's become a person that's in a position of authority. But at the time of these sexual assaults, he was not a priest. Again, we're talking more than 25 years ago now at this point. But it is something that we want to make sure the public is aware of and that the Coptic community is aware of, as we are concerned that there may be additional victims.
And if there are additional victims, and if somebody comes forward and discloses something to a parent or an adult of any sorts, and they're adults themselves now, or they in fact are children today, what advice would you give those that are receiving this disclosure?
The biggest thing to do is make sure that you are coming forward. We understand a lot of time with sexual assaults, people are apprehensive about reporting it, particularly children who might feel as though they've done something wrong. But our investigators with our Special Victims Unit are here to listen. They want to talk to you. They want to provide services. And if you don't feel like you're ready to speak with the police, there are confidential services that can also assist you.
And is this the reason why this accused man's picture is released to the public? And is that because oftentimes if you fear or feel that there may be other victims, that you want to show this picture just in case?
Those are the only circumstances in which we ever put out photos, Steve. In this particular circumstance, we want to make sure that people are aware. Since so much time has passed since the sexual assaults that we have been made aware of, people may not necessarily remember things like names. We want to make sure that anybody that may have been affected, anyone that may have seen something untoward, that they understand who this person is, and if they have any information, to reach out to our investigators.
Now, given his position now as a Coptic priest, are you in a position to say whether or not he may have had contact with people under the age of 16 years of age, given his new role?
It's very likely that in a church setting that he will have come across people under these ages. And that's, again, one of the important reasons of us putting this photo out and making sure that the public is aware of this. Again, at this time, we're only investigating the historical sex assault. But if there is any additional information, we want to speak with anyone in order to do this. Again, we're not naming any churches that this person's been involved in, as we are not alleging that the sex assault had occurred at a church or directly in relation to it. But given his new position of authority, we want to make sure that everyone that attends any churches, anyone that knows him, is aware.
Appreciate your time, officer. Thank you for this.
Thanks so much, Steve.
So a couple of very important points. Number one, this man was not a Coptic priest at the time. And number two, the reason I asked the officer about the releasing of the photo, because police don't do that all the time. They only release an accused photo if, in fact, they suspect or have reason to believe that there may be other victims. Otherwise, we would not see this picture. So that's why this picture was released. And if there are other people out there who have young people in their lives who may come forward and say or allege that they too were sexually assaulted or touched inappropriately, the key piece of advice I would suggest is that you don't ask them questions. As difficult as it is to probe them for other information, leave that to the experts, because anything that you do say could compromise that statement if in fact it gets to a trial level, and you want that statement to be firsthand. You want it to be genuine and not tainted by any suggestions. So as hard as it might be for a parent, if you hear that information coming from a young person, back off and just call the police.
Thank you so much for this insight, Steve. We really appreciate it.
Okay.